Welcome to the program. Now, before we go into the major stories that we have to review, let's start with the meeting of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, with the national commissioners and the 36 resident electoral commissioners on Saturday to review last week's presidential election. The commission, after the meeting, agreed there were some flaws in the presidential election and promised to learn from some of the challenges that it faced.
The planning for the election was painstakingly done. However, its implementation came with challenges, some of them unforeseen. Arising from last week's election, the Commission has received reports from our state offices, as well as complaints and petitions from political parties and candidates. Where infractions of any kind are proven, there will be redress. As we approach the governorship and state assembly elections, we must work harder to overcome the challenges experienced in the last election. Nothing else will be acceptable to Nigerians. All staff found to be negligent, whether they are regular or ad hoc officials, including collation and returning officers, must not be involved in the forthcoming elections. RECs must also immediately initiate disciplinary action where prima facie evidence of wrongdoing has been established. Since last week, the Commission has intensified the review of the technology to ensure that glitches experienced, particularly with the upload of results, are rectified. We are confident that going forward, the system will run optimally.
Inec Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu there in an earlier meeting with resident electoral commissioners and, of course, national commissioners of the commission. Now we move on to the Court of Appeal, which has now acceded to the request by Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party to inspect electoral materials used in the conduct of last Saturday's presidential election. The duo, who lost to the APC's presidential candidate and President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have alleged that the election was flawed. A panel of the appellate court led by Justice Joseph Ike made the order after it heard two separate ex parte applications by the two aggrieved presidential candidates, which were filed alongside their political parties. And listed as respondents in the matter were Inec, All Progressives Congress, and its presidential candidate Bola Tinubu.